My name is Lisa Blackstone with the Horse and Rider Club. Besides having been in the horse business all my life, I'm also a horse show judge. And one thing I often experience with new riders and new owners is the fact that they don't understand why one horse places over another horse. Well, it's going to take a little time before you get all those nuances down. But I'm going to start with 3 simple rules that I want you to keep in mind when you go to horse shows and you don't quite understand what's happening or why this person won and that person lost. First of all, remember that the judge has the best vantage point to see exactly what's going on. Whether you're talking about a halter class where leg conformation plays a big part in the placings of the class, it's hard from the rail to see just how well or poorly a horse is conformed. Same thing with a performance class. The judge might be in a position to see up close that this particular rider is using an illegal bit or has a finger between the reins, which might be illegal in that class. Those are things that, as a spectator, they're a lot more difficult to see. Plus, you're not paying as much attention to that kind of thing as the judge is. And secondly, remember that in horse show classes, there are certain rules that the exhibitors have to go by. And every class can have different rules. For example, if you're showing a young horse in a junior horse competition, then the emphasis is on his potential to become a great horse. Whereas in a normal pleasure class, the emphasis is more on his manner and his ability to do exactly what the rider is telling him to do and behave and perform nicely. So you might have a junior horse class, and a horse is kind of acting up a little bit, but he's brilliant, and that horse might win. You might think, well, he acted up down here in this corner. Why did he still win? It's because the rules are different for that class than for others. So that's a really important distinction to make, and a lot of people on the rail watching don't even know exactly which class they're looking at, much less what the rules are. And finally, the third thing to keep in mind is this. Good judges judge from a positive standpoint. And it's so easy for new people to get looking in a class and think, well, that horse took the wrong lead over here for 3 strides, but he still got first place. And this horse over here didn't make any mistakes, but he got second place. What's wrong with that? Well, it might be the case that the horse that took the wrong lead for a few strides is a much better mover. He might be a horse that is far superior in all other ways. And sure, you might penalize him for taking a couple of steps on the wrong lead, but that does not necessarily mean that that is worse than a horse who makes no mistakes, but during the whole class is stiff-legged and not a kind of horse that is comfortable to ride or makes a good show. So try to, when you're evaluating classes from the rail, think about who's doing a good job instead of who's doing a bad job or making mistakes. And I think you will come closer to understanding why certain horses win and other horses don't. And when you're talking to your friends and you hear somebody down the rail saying, oh, that judge, he or she doesn't know what they're looking at, how could they have placed that horse? You just remember that judge might be seeing something that you've never seen. So give them the benefit of the doubt. Be sympathetic and try to learn from what you're watching instead of second guessing it. Well, I hope that sheds some light on explaining why some horses win and some horses lose. If you enjoyed this video and want to see a few more, I've got 20 waiting for you to see. If you'll go to my website at horseridingvideos.org and sign up on my homepage there, that will take you to a page where you can see 20 more videos a lot like this one. Thanks for listening.